What up, tube? Welcome back to Big Al's Barber Channel Tutorials. What we're doing today, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to do a really quick fade. A zero fade, razored out with the Bronze Series 9. So what I'm starting off right here, guys, I'm starting off with my balder. And all I'm doing is going up and creating my first line. I flip the balder across and I started off my guideline. As you can see right there, I flip it over and I'm just creating my guideline, going down. And then once I get to the bottom, I usually flip it around and I go up the other way. A balder leaves it really nice and tight, guys. If you're not using a balder, I highly recommend that you guys get one. It'll cut your fade time tremendously. It saves a lot of time and it saves you trimmer blades. As you can see right there, it just knocks it all down like butter, guys. I zero gap my balder so that it's right on the line and it is nice and tight, and it cuts everything down quickly. If you're not using a balder, I highly recommend it, guys. This is a good customer of mine, Hector. He's here every single week. Every single week he gets his fade. So as you can see, his hair is not very long at all. So what I'm doing now is I'm grabbing my senior, cordless senior, and I'm with my number 1 clip on, lever open, and I'm just going right up the sides. That blends right in there, guys. Not quite going all the way up to the part, but just a little lower than the part. Then I'm going to lower the lever all the way closed. That's the number 1 now, and I'm going to just focus on hitting the center, right below where I went with the 1.5. Once I do that, I'm going to take off my clip, lever open, and I'm going to go across and create another guideline. You can see the little dark guideline right there. Now I'm going to close my lever a quarter of the way and go almost to the same spot, just a little bit lower. Then I'm going to close my lever a quarter of the way, quarter of the way again, and I'm just focusing, going all the way up, just right up to the middle. You can see I'm going right up to the middle. Now I'm going to close it all the way, and I'm just focusing on the bottom shadow. Now I'm going to grab my trimmer and I'm basically raking that bottom shadow, making sure that there's nothing there. Magically fades away, guys. That's as simple as that. Now I'm going to grab my half clip and lever open, and I'm going to go all the way across. See that? Kind of all the way to where I went with the 1.5. And as I go across, I lower my lever a quarter or half the way, and I'm just basically focusing on the center shadow. Now I'm closing it, and at the same time when I'm doing this, guys, I'm kind of, as you can see, I'm using the corner of the machine. When you're fading, you have to use the corner of the machine. Sometimes, as you can see, when I go from side to side, I'll flick it and I'll turn over from one corner to the other corner, basically fading it out. As always, you can see I fade in 3 sections. I fade the right side, then I do the back side, and then I do the other side. So again, right here I start with my number 1 clip, lever open, and I'm just going to go right up to the crown of the head, to the top of the crown of the head. And what I mean by the top of the crown of the head, guys, is that means that if they were wearing a crown around their head, it'd be the top of the crown, the middle of the crown, and the bottom of the crown. So we're going to the top of the crown of the head, and just following that 1.5 all the way up. So now right here I'm going to start off with my machine again, no clip, lever open. I'm going to go all the way across, create a guideline. Then I'm going to lower the lever a quarter of the way, and I'm going to go across, not as high. Then I'm going to go halfway on the lever, and I'm only going to hit the center shadow. See that? And as I'm doing, I'm raking from the bottom up. And then I'm going to close it all the way now, and I'm just using the corner of the machine. As you can see, I'm using the left side of the machine, and then I'm going to go to the right side of the machine. Now I'm using the other corner. And as I see, I'm just dragging and pushing that bottom line, the little bottom shadow. Now the bottom shadow, sometimes when you do this, it's not going to always disappear. So that's why you go back with your trimmer and you scrape it up. And what I'm using my GTX Scalatorized trimmer right there. As you can see, it's real simple to use, and all I do is just basically scrape that bottom shadow up. And once I scrape it up, yeah, I can see it almost disappear instantly. So now all we have to worry about is that shadow that we created when we went up with a half. So now we get our half clip, again, lever open, and you're just going to slide it across. Once you slide it across, you're going to lower the lever a quarter of the way and do it again. And as you see, as I go across, I lower the lever a quarter of the way until I get down to close. Once I get down to close, then I'm just basically using the corner of the machine and just dotting the shadow. See right there? See that little shadow? I'm just basically dotting it right there. Just raking it up, and as I go through, I flick my wrist, kind of in a U version where you're pulling up at the same time. So now we're on the other side. Remember, guys, right side, back side, next side. I always do that. That's the way I fade. I don't go back and forth. I don't go from one side to the other. I start off on one side and I go across. So again, right here, we're going with our number 1 clip, lever open, and then we're just going all the way up to the top of the crown of the head. Right here, you don't want to go all the way up because you want to use your clipper over comb right there to blend that in. So this is where I go with my clipper over comb. I'm just blending it in, making sure that it's nice and tight and that it all blends in. I don't know if you noticed, but on the other side, I didn't have to use no clipper over comb. You know why? Because it was a super tight fade. This is a tight fade. So on this side, the reason why you use a clipper over comb is because you have the lip that hangs over. So right here, we're starting off again with our no clip, lever open, and we're just creating a guide all the way across. As I go across, all I'm doing is lowering my lever a quarter of the way and going a quarter of the way down. As I go across, I lower my lever a quarter of the way till I get down to the bottom. Now I'm going to grab the machine one more time, lever all the way closed, and I'm just blending up right there. Trying to get that bottom shadow up. Just basically scraping that bottom shadow. Now we're gonna grab our half clip again, and then we're just gonna lever open all the way up, and we're just blending it, just basically dragging it across the center shadow. As we drag across, we're gonna close it a quarter of the way and keep dragging it until the shadow magically disappears. You know, guys, this is a real simple process of fading right here. If you're having trouble fading, try these steps. These steps are foolproof right here. So right here, I go back with my trimmer, and I'm just basically cleaning up that bottom shadow. That way, make sure that there's no bottom shadow right there. So that way, when I go right now to shave it, it's gonna all blend right in. See, there's no bottom line at all. So now I'm gonna grab my Bronze Series 9. Guys, if you ain't got a Bronze Series 9, man, you're behind in times. You know, I've had this machine already for I would say about 8 months, and I absolutely love it. It's exactly worth what it is. It's, you know, it's a $250 machine, but it's worth every dollar that you're gonna pay for it. I'm on the same head that I've had for 8 months. I feel that it cuts today as good as it did back then. You know, it's quick, efficient, it's easy to clean. It has a little wash station, and guess what, guys? It's never ever run out of power on me, ever. So if you guys don't have one of these machines, I suggest you guys check it out. I made a video on the review on this machine, so I would recommend that you guys check that out. It's a good review, and it gives you pointers on how to use the machine. So you can see I'm right there. Basically, guys, I'm just shaving up, and I'm just taking it up to the bottom of the fade. You know, there's no shadows, no. Of course, guys, not every customer is this easy. Some customers prefer using the straight razor. Lately, I've been noticing that the straight razor fades have been making a resurgence. So a lot of customers want their straight razor. But you know, using this machine, it just super fast fade, guys. In real time, this haircut probably took me about 16 minutes. I sped it up for you guys so you guys can show you the fast, efficient way of doing a fade. You know, everybody fades different, and when you're fading, you got to figure out the best way for you to fade. What makes you the fastest fader? Not everybody fades fast when they get started either, guys. For the longest time, I remember when I first started, I really struggled with the bottom line, and it wasn't until I figured out the easiest, fastest, efficientest way for me to do it that I figured out how to do a quick, fast, efficient fade. But with practice, they come out this good, guys. You know, it's just repetitious. The more you do it, the faster you're gonna get. And you know, so right here, guys, what I'm doing is I'm just going back with my machine, and I'm just basically just working on the center shadow. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at it. When I do it is I stand back and I look in the mirror to behind me so that I look through the mirror and I'm looking at my fade. You can't really see me doing it in the video, but that's what I do. You always use your mirrors when you're fading, guys, because the mirrors are never gonna lie. They're always gonna tell you if there's a line there or not, even when you're staring right at it. So right here, I'm applying some water on top, generous amount. You guys know my videos, you know how I do it. I always apply a generous amount of water. And basically right here, guys, this haircut's already done. I'm just going to come in right now and basically maybe take off a 1/4 inch off the top, just enough to carry them over to next week. We don't take off much. There's no hard line. So it's just a simple, just a light trim on top. Fast, efficient haircut, guys. You know, these are the haircuts that keep your customers coming back. They stay loyal to you, because you give them a nice clean cut like this, and they want to look like this every week. They're not going to want to let that hair grow out on the sides, because then it starts bothering them. So once you get these customers in your chair, you just got to get them to keep coming back to you. When you get your clientele, you're going to develop a system of cutting hair, guys. There's a system of cutting hair for everybody. There's customers that you're going to have to take a lot of time with, and there's guys that come every week, and it's just maintenance. This is a maintenance haircut. He gets a cut every single week. He wants his haircut nice and tight. So you got to figure out the system for yourself that best suits you and your customer, guys. So that's it pretty much for this haircut. We're going to apply a little bit of gel on it, and he's ready to go. Alright, guys, I appreciate you guys watching again, and if you guys have any questions, any comments, make sure you guys leave them below. If you guys want me to make a video of any certain type of haircut that you guys might having a problem with, let me know. I'm going to be coming out with more tutorials. I'm going to keep vlogging. We got some more giveaways coming up at 1,000 subscribers. Hey guys, keep grinding. This is a everyday thing right here. This is a money cut. Grind on, guys.